We are going to use our class worksheet to find out what % of women would be able to join the Army. They have to be between 58 and 80 inches tall. And we were told at the beginning of this worksheet that women have a height with a mean of 63.6 inches and a standard deviation of 2.5. That's correct, isn't it? Okay. So, first thing we need to do after putting our normal curve notation, we have to find the X scale. And you can use your program norm dist to do this. We have 63.6 for our mean, standard deviation of 2.5. So those will be our labels for the x-axis for the X scale. So now we have our Z scale, our X scale, and our normal curve notation at the top. We are trying to find first the probability that a woman is between 58 inches and 80 inches tall. If we line this up on our chart, 58 inches will be just over the -2 standard deviation mark, and 80 inches is going to be way past the 3 standard deviations. Any ideas why the height is so tall? Because men are generally taller than women, right? So you can have a tall woman as tall as you want, and she probably still will not be as tall as the men. So they don't have to make special uniforms for tall women because they can just use a man's uniform, which probably they are very similar anyway. Okay, and the next step is to find both of the z-scores. That's what's different about tonight's homework versus last night's. So first we'll find the z-score for a woman height of 53. And I know that that should be -2 point something according to where it falls on the graph. And my second z-score is for a woman 80 inches tall. And that's also the reason I have you write this normal curve notation at the very top, because we need those two numbers frequently when we're doing these problems. All right. Subtracting and dividing, we get -2 point what for this first one? -2.40. -2.24. And for the bottom one, we get positive 6.56. So now I have to change my X notation to Z notation. -2.26 is less than Z. Thank you. Is less than Z is less than 6.56. Hopefully you can understand that basically all we need to do is find the area to the left of the -2.24. And once we find that, we can just do 1 minus to get everything on top. Because 6 standard deviations out is going to be pretty much close to 1. Yep. So our guess should be close to greater than 97.5, because this is almost at 2 standard deviations. So we're really trying to find the striped area. So my guess is it's going to be bigger than 97.975. So now we need to look up the negative 2.24. It's on the front page. Negative 2.24 is 0.0125. And we'll have to find the final answer by doing 1 minus 0.0125, which is 0.9875. So now if we go back to see what the question says, it says, how many women are going to be too short? Well, it doesn't look like we'll really have any women that are going to be too tall for the Army for reasons we discussed. And it looks like the answer will be about 1.25% are going to be too short to join the Army.